Hi, this is Jundo. Welcome to Tree Leaf. This week, the other teacher at Tree Leaf, Taigu, posted that he's having some hard times at work and in his personal life, and he's stressed out, and he's feeling a bit blue. And I had some people write to me and say, hey, I thought Zen teachers are supposed to be beyond feeling stress and the blues. Well, this leads to my topic today, which I'll call 3 kinds of enlightenment. Take your choice. In the history of Buddhism, there have been various presentations of nirvana and enlightenment, and basically, I'm going to tell you the one that I think is the best, the one that's full of life. You see, in one view, perhaps even the Buddha's original formulation of enlightenment in the old suttas, the point was to escape from this world, which is a world of endless suffering. The cycle of birth and rebirth was not something to be welcomed, and the point was to get off this merry-go-round and to get to some place where we would no longer be reborn. Perhaps life in India really was so difficult and painful. Perhaps some people really feel a certain blackness in life, that it truly is a life of endless suffering. Then when Buddhism came to China and as the Mahayana developed, there may have been a subtle switch, but a very important one, in which enlightenment in this world of suffering and pain and birth and death was simultaneously seen as a realm where enlightenment was possible. But still, the goal at that point seemed to be a certain reaching of the Buddha's state, where he was past all that, past ever having another lousy day, perhaps past physical pain, even, according to some interpreters, even the need to eat and feel hunger, even, I suppose, loneliness, even petty upset, frustration. Though if you read many of the old suttas, the Buddha, it peeks through that he was a little frustrated. He said when he first attained enlightenment that maybe he should just stay sitting under that tree, not bother getting up to teach, because it could be vexatious, it could be a pain in the neck to try to convince people, to preach to people who might not have ears to hear. When he got old in the old suttas, he started to get aches and pains, bad stomach, a bad back. His this part and that part were aching, and he turned into an old crutch, an old complainer. Well, not really, but he had to back off from a lot of his teaching activities, sometimes lie down, take it easy, because he was getting old and getting sick. You see, the Buddha never found a way that we could live in this earthly realm forever. He never found a way that we don't get sick, and I suppose he never found a way that we don't meet all the frustrations of life, such as, well, if he didn't have a home, he was homeless, but losing one's home. And, well, he didn't have a family, but maybe problems at home with one's family. These are things that really he never found a cure for except he proposed leaving one's home and leaving one's family, which, frankly, that was his solution, but maybe not the best one. The best solution, I think, is something that developed in the Mahayana, which is that we can live in this world of sometimes vexation, sometimes frustration, happy days, sad days, rainy days, sunny days, days when we're worried about losing our jobs, days when we're worried about our sick children, days when we face the death of loved ones, days when we face our own sickness and death. We can experience that with many of the natural emotions that come with it, and yet pierce through, and yet see through to a realm which is simultaneously free of all that, where there is no loss and no gain, no birth and no death, no one to get sick. We can do that at once as one, even as we live in this world. And that, for me, is the best enlightenment. Because I would not want to trade the ups and downs of being human for anything. The loves and the loss the even little worries are just part of life. Isn't perhaps the best freedom, the best life that we could have, one in which you live it all, yet at the same time are free, not its prisoner? Now, I'm not saying that it's best we fall into greed, we fall into anger, we fall into ignorance, jealousy, we're prisoners of worry and depression. That's not what I'm talking about. This Buddhist way teaches us a way to be free of all the extremes, to take a middle way, a balanced way. But at the same time, let's feel all the emotions, the days of the blues, the days of small rewards and successes, the days when we win, the days when we lose. Feel it all. Live it all. Love the people in your life. Live your life. And at the same time, be free of it. That, to me, is the enlightenment I choose. And I don't know if it was the Buddha's original proposal for enlightenment. I certainly don't want to get off this cycle of birth and death so fast if it means I have to give up my life, and I wouldn't want to take a life of homelessness and a life of poverty if it meant not being with my family. I love them. And they are frustrating sometimes, as I'm sure yours family is too. So that is what I propose to you, the best enlightenment. The enlightenment where we can live this life of happy and sad and loving and loss, of rainy days and sunny days, of birth and death, of sometimes fear, little bits of fear, little bits of worry, and at the same time, at the same moment, all as one, know that which is timeless, that which has nothing to fear, never any loss possible, never birth, never death, vibrantly dancing in emptiness. Would I ever want to be a perfect Buddha, golden, dipped on and put on a pedestal, or better yet, to be like some robot who never felt any more emotions, all my emotions quelched? Perhaps that was even the Buddha's original idea of where we should be heading with all this. Perhaps that's even who he was, though I have my doubts. If that's so, that's not the Buddhism for me. And if it's not the Buddhism for you, you're certainly in the wrong place here at Tree Leaf. Here we live, and we live free at once. For as our slogan is, all of life is our temple. My thanks, by the way, to Kyonin and Chris and all the other folks who worked on this t-shirt project. Mine came in the mail today. Hey, it's a little cold for t-shirt weather, but we'll just sit with that. Okay? Tell you, I hope you feel better.